Hey, what's up you guys, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hello and welcome to my journey. So today I just am going to be filming another Get Ready With Me, and I'm going to be telling the story of how I found out I was pregnant and how all of that basically went down. So if you're interested in hearing about that, stay tuned. So I have a 3-year-old and I was actually pregnant at 17 and had him at 18. So I was just barely graduating high school, but I graduated. So stay in school, graduate. So the way I found out is I actually was with Matt, who is my fiance, if you guys don't know. And we were at his cousin's house, and I love his cousins. His cousins are just the sweetest people, the most genuine people. Like his cousin would give like the clothes off of her back to anybody. And they're just really caring, awesome people, so I just love them. So anyway, we were at his cousin's house, and I want to say we were there for a Broncos game. We were just spending time with his family, and I kind of noticed that Matt kept disappearing, and he was like not with me as often as like he normally would be. It was just kind of weird. And so finally, after sitting on the couch, I was like, where is this dude at? So I get up and I'm going into their kitchen. And when I walked into their kitchen, it was like he was standing by the door, like by the back door. And then like his cousin that like I love was there, and obviously she was there because it was her house, and she was standing in the kitchen kind of like in front of Matt talking to him. And then he had like a couple other people in there that were like his cousins, or I think it was actually just his cousins. So I walk in, and it kind of was awkward because everybody got quiet, and not the cousin that whose house it was, but a cousin that lived across the street. She was like,
you're pregnant.
And she just told me straight up, like, you're pregnant. Mind you, I had like my regular periods, and I like got kind of defensive and was like, girl, I am pregnant, like you're tripping. I don't know what you're talking about. Ain't no babies over here, girl. You know what I mean? So I was like, what? Like, wow, you know, why would you guys say that? So Matt kind of looked at me. He's like, babe, I just think that maybe we should take a pregnancy test. So I was like, I'm not pregnant though. And I kind of got all booty tickled and defensive because I was like, am I getting fat? Like, why is everybody thinking I'm pregnant? So his cousin that actually lives in the house, she had came up to me and she's like, it's not because of anything. It's just like, you have a really beautiful glow to you, and I just have a weird feeling that you're getting ready to have a baby. So Matt and I left shortly after that, and we were kind of talking about it in the car, and again I was all booty tickled, and I was like, that's messed up. Like, why would everybody think I'm pregnant? I'm not pregnant. Am I getting fat? Like, now I feel weird, stuff like that. So right after we left there, we went and got a pregnancy test. So after getting the pregnancy test, like, we took it, and come to find out, I grabbed the wrong one. It was an ovulation test. So then we ended up taking a pregnancy test, and it said negative. And I was like, see, I told you, like, I feel like I would know if I was pregnant. Now I feel like I'm gonna feel weird. And I was just kind of being a crybaby. Well, then, I was still having my normal periods, but I had missed like 1 or 2, and I couldn't remember when like my last period was. And this was probably like not even a month after his cousin had told me that she thinks I should take a pregnancy test. So Matt and I decided that we were going to take another pregnancy test, and we got 2 tests and went home and took them. This is where it's supposed to go. Ba ba ba. So anyway, we took the first test and it came up positive, and we were just in my room at the time. We lived with my mom, and I started bawling. Like, when I tell you bawling, like, I was crying. Non-stop. Just because I didn't want to have kids very young. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do career-wise, and I just felt really young, and I was just scared. I was afraid of what my parents were gonna think. I was afraid of what people were gonna say about me at school. I don't know why I cared about that, because like I never seemed to care about that, but I guess it was just because, you know, you don't ever want to be talked about as the girl that got pregnant in high school, or like how early you got pregnant or whatever. It's just kind of like it bothers you when you're first going through it. I just stabbed myself in the eye with my brush, and that did not feel good. Okay, so how we told our family. So I want to say that Matt told his mom the next day or the same night. I can't remember, to be 100% honest. My eye, I feel like it's gonna turn red. Anyway, so Matt told his mom, and girl, his mom was mad. She was triggered, let me tell you. So she was really mad, and she was just like, man, you guys are young, you know, the typical thing that parents would say. So I knew that I did not want to hide it from my mom very long, because first of all, I was living under her roof, so she was gonna notice at some point anyway. On top of, like, that's my road dog. My mom is my best friend, y'all. So I was not about to hide that from her, and I was trying not to get my butt whooped, you know. So I ended up telling, or no. So Matt and I were gonna tell my mom the next day, but we didn't, because my mom's friend was over, and I kind of just wanted to tell my mom and just not anybody else for the moment, just because I didn't really care to tell everybody at the moment. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I was doing my eyeliner off camera because I don't have my eyeliner brush. I left it at my mom's, and I have to use liquid eyeliner, and girl, it takes me 200 years alone with liquid eyeliner. So anywho, so back to what I was saying. The reason I didn't tell my mom the day after we found out, like I originally wanted to, is because she actually had a friend over, and I didn't want too many people to be there when I told my mom. I kind of just wanted to tell my mom on my own, because I didn't want to be judged, and I knew that my mom wasn't going to judge me, but I didn't really know anybody else. And then on top of it, I just wanted to tell my mom alone. Like, my mom deserved that. So, the 2 days after Matt and I had found out, I was at school. And I text my sister. My sister actually also got pregnant at 17 and had, I want to say she had her baby at 18. So she had already went through this same thing. And I texted my sister and I was like, hey, I don't know what to do. And I remember specifically I was going to choir, and that was my favorite class, my favorite teacher. It was just my favorite class. And so I was texting her and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And she was like, well, what's up? And I was like, I need to talk to mom, but I just don't know like how. And she's like, well, what's wrong? And I was like, Matt and I just found out we're pregnant. And the reason I was texting my sister in school is because I figured she's not going to call me, you know, I'm in school. She's going to be like, okay, you need to call me after class, you need to call me after school, whatever. No, not what happened. My sister blew my phone up, let me tell you. And I was nervous, like, not because I thought my sister was gonna yell at me, because I mean my sister's only a year older than me, so if she would have yelled at me, we would have threw hands. Just kidding. But it would have obviously meant something to me, but I just didn't really want to hear it because I already knew I was gonna hear it from my mom. My eye just turned red. I wonder why. But so I texted her and I was like, Alexis, I'm not gonna be able to answer, like, I'm in class right now. And my sister texted me back and she said, you better ask to go to the bathroom or something and call me back now. And so I was like, whatever, you know, okay, fine, let me get yelled at, whatever. So I asked my teacher, I was like, Miss, do you think I can like step out in the hallway and take a phone call? And she was okay with it. She was like, yeah. I'm gonna turn this way, get my good side. Just kidding, I don't have a good side. But she was like, yeah, that's fine. So I go out into the hallway and I call my sister, and she did not yell at me. My sister was very supportive. And Alexis, you know why I'm saying this, but my sister was the first person I told that I was pregnant. Notate that. And after I told her, she was just like, are you okay? Mom's gonna be really upset and she's gonna say some stuff that she doesn't mean, maybe, or she's gonna be kind of mean. Don't take it personal, it's just in the moment and she's gonna be upset. So, you know, be patient with her, and I love you, and if you need me, you can call me and keep me updated. Let me know when you tell her, stuff like that. I want to say it was that night I had to go to work, and I was a hostess at a restaurant in downtown Colorado Springs, and I had a very old car. It was a Buick Century, I want to say a 1990. I can't really remember. But I was driving to work, and where I had to park was in like a parking garage in the back of the building. And so I went and I was parking my car, and literally like the second I went into the parking garage and parked my car, and I'm telling you, like, so I'm like cruising, listening to my G music, you know, whatever. I'm just kidding. And I pulled up, put my little vroom vroom in park, right? Vroom vroom. Look at my phone, and I have a text from my mom. And the text, all it said was, please tell me you're not pregnant. And I wasn't going to ignore my mom, nor was I gonna lie to her and be like, no, Mom, what you talking about? So I told my mom through text message that I was pregnant. And my mom was just like, why? How did you let this happen? And then she said, we'll talk about it when you get off. So literally the whole shift, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna go home. My mom's gonna kill me. Man, this is gonna be an eventful day, right? I remember it was around Christmas. I want to say it was like right before Thanksgiving when I was getting ready to tell my mom, or when I was telling my mom. And for Christmas, I had gotten my mom this ring that she had said she wanted from the store. So me being the little 17-year-old that I was like, maybe if I give my mom this ring. And for those of you who don't know my mom is a jewelry fanatic. She like loves jewelry, and let me tell you all, like, she has this big jewelry box. Even my mom, her jewelry set and like collection is to die for. Like, I'm not even playing you on that. But anyway, so I was like, maybe if I give her this, she won't be as mad, you know, like maybe she'll take it a little bit easier on me, you know. So I got home and I didn't know where to hide her ring, and I had just gotten it probably like a day prior to this. So I was hiding it in my car, so I had already had it in my car, and I walked in with it. And I remember when I walked in, my house was so silent. It was actually kind of, it made me even more scared because I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be rough. So I remember going upstairs and my mom was in the dark and she was watching TV, sitting on her bed, and she was kind of on the ledge of her bed, like sitting like this with like her hand on her knee, and just like, you could tell she was pissed. Like, she was ready for me to be home. She was ready to come in. She was ready to fight me, y'all. Like, she was ready. So she's just sitting there. I didn't say not 2 words to this woman because I knew I was about to get it. And I walked in and I put her ring on her dresser, or I either put it on her dresser or on her bed. And I walked into my room. My room was literally right across from hers. Like, her room was here, my room was here, so we were right across the hall from each other. And not even a minute passes and my mom comes into my room and she's like,
did you think that you giving me this ring was going to make it better? Like, I was going to be okay? Oh, you're wrong. Like, I don't know what you were thinking. I don't know if this was your thought process of how you were going to get out of this, but no.
And my mom went in on me, guys. She didn't like hit me. She didn't like beat the hell out of me. She didn't kill me. But my mom went in, y'all. Like, she was very upset. In the mix of me getting chewed by my mom, my older brother actually walked upstairs and he came and gave me a huge hug, and I'm in the mix of crying. I'm like, oh my God, like, I didn't plan for this either, you know, but at the same time, it's my fault, and quit yelling at me, calm down, you know. And he gives me a huge hug and he just told me, like, I love you, I'm gonna support you, I'm gonna be here to help you, it's gonna be okay. And he just kind of reassured me the way my sister did, and that made me feel more comfortable too, to know that my siblings are just, obviously I know my siblings are there for me. My siblings are my roll dogs. Like, I remember he walked downstairs and Matt had walked up. Oh no, my brother was stood by the door, and Matt walked up the stairs to like kind of check on me and make sure I was okay, because he knew I was getting chewed out. And I don't remember exactly what my mom said. I know Matt remembers exactly what she said, but Matt had walked up and like, he was standing there like 3 seconds, and my mom looked at him and was like,
I suggest you get out of my face because I hate you right now and want nothing to do with you.
And Matt looked at me and he was like, okay, I got the message. He walked downstairs and like left it alone. He didn't ask questions. He didn't fight it. none of it. And I didn't expect him to, because I knew how my mom was going to react to this. I knew my mom was going to be sensitive to that topic because she was a teen mom too. She had my brother young, and like, any mom just wants you to have your life put together before you go through that, you know. So after my mom was done chewing me out, she was just basically like, we got to tell your dad. We got to figure it out. Like, basically, this is happening. There's no way we're going back from it. And then my dad, when my dad found out, my mom actually told my dad before I got to it, because my mom was like, nope, your dad needs to know now. And mind you, when I got off work, like, it was already late. So I didn't really have the chance to tell my dad. My mom told him. And I actually was afraid of what my dad was going to say. Because even though I knew my mom was going to react crazy, because my mom just, I know how my mom was going to react, I seriously thought my dad was going to be like, you're stupid, you know, like, what is wrong with you? And go crazy, go ham the way my mom went ham. But my dad actually, he did kind of the same thing my brother and my sister did, and just told me, like, I love you, it's gonna be okay, I'm gonna help you as much as I can. I knew he was disappointed, obviously, and he was upset, obviously, like, I already knew, but he didn't really go in on me or anything like that. But yeah, I remember Matt's mom was pretty mad. My mom was pretty mad. Yeah, it was crazy telling my family. I didn't really tell anybody else. I kind of just like went with the flow and let people find out when I got bigger. I ended up posting a Facebook status about it when I was big enough to where everybody was like, obviously you're pregnant, you know, but I do remember getting bigger, and eventually everybody started talking. I ended up going to my first doctor's appointment, and I remember when I walked in, I got that super cold like belly gel, and then they did their little scanny thing that, you know, they use for ultrasounds, and she's like measuring the baby and looking, and like, she was super sweet, and she finishes up and she goes, okay, takes off her gloves. She goes, your next ultrasound, we can actually tell you the gender. You're 4 months pregnant. And I was shook, y'all. Like, when I tell you, I was drawn back. Like, well, hold on. Hold on a minute. I'm how pregnant? I'm 4 months pregnant. What? So it was crazy to me, and it still is crazy to me that I had no signs of being pregnant. Yeah, so my pregnancy, finding out that I was pregnant, it was crazy. Telling my parents, it was it was okay, but my pregnancy went by great. I had a very healthy baby the whole time. I did not have morning sickness. I did not have Braxton Hicks. But this is the little makeup look I did for the Get Ready With Me. I was gonna attempt to put lashes on, but I suck at putting lashes on. So thank you guys for watching as per usual, and if you aren't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, y'all. Like, you're already here. Leave a like down below, leave a comment, let me know what you guys would like to see. Yeah, thanks for watching.